Dr. Rinku, can you start with the introduction? And so that after the introduction, Dr. Suman Kumar would start.
Yes, thank you. So, a very good afternoon to all of you, and it is my pleasure to inform you that today it is the 33rd lecture of this 21 days national training program, and we are on the second last day, and this is the second last lecture. Tomorrow will be the last lecture, and today we are having a lecture from Dr. Suman Kumar Sahu. The topic of his presentation is modern technique and method of integrated fish crop livestock production system. And I would like to briefly introduce Dr. Sahu before all. Dr. Suman Kumar Sahu is a fishery extension officer from Haldia in the Fisheries Department of Government of West Bengal, and he is a very popular name of the Bengali leading newspapers in the state of West Bengal for his innovative work on fisheries. And through his good initiative, fish farmers of the Haldia region, they are being awarded national awards as well as state level awards for producing more fish in a scientific manner. Dr. Sahu, he has studied fishery sciences from the West Bengal University of Animal and Fishery Sciences, and he has done his master's degree in pathology and microbiology. And after completing his MFSC, he joined the State Department in 2007. And as a successful extension officer, Dr. Sahu has developed a large number of fish farmers by taking innovative initiatives at the grassroots level. And he has implemented family farming farm school under the Atma scheme in Haldia, which is first in this subcontinent. And it has been reported in different journals as well. And he has introduced various fishes for the first time in the state of West Bengal, such as the Amur common carp, Pengba fish, Labio fimbriatus, and American pomfret fishes, and implemented diversified fish farming by introducing commercial farming of indigenous endangered fishes at the field level by motivating the farmers. And even during this COVID situation, he has introduced innovative virtual fish farm visit program by which other fish farmers and the fishery students, they are getting benefited and they're getting practical experience by online mode by directly seeing the field from the virtual mode. And he is a columnist also, and as a columnist he has written various articles on practical experience on fish farming in various popular newspapers such as the Ananda Bazar Patrika, Sangbad Pratidin, Pubar Kalom, then Sangbad Nazar, Ek Din Daily Newspaper, etc., and in different magazines such as Krishi Jagran, Suswastha, then Saptahik Vartaman, etc. And he has been honored by the director Sifa Bhuvneshwar with an Excellence Award in 2019, and he has got different other awards as well. And along with practical field-based works, he has published his research work in different scientific journals, and he has been invited for lectures within India as well as abroad, including Bangladesh, to discuss his experience in innovative rural farming sector. So it is my pleasure to invite and request Dr. Sahu to present his work before us. Welcome, Dr. Sahu.
Thank you for giving me a nice opportunity. It's me that's present in 21 days national training course on advance in veterinary research for sustainable development of livestock sector. It's me also a good opportunity to present on the topic on modern technique and methods of integrated fish crop livestock production system. Nicely you introduce me. I am Suman Kumar Sahu. I am working as a fishery extension officer in Haldia, Department of Fishery, Government of West Bengal. Let's discuss on the topic. Just a minute. The topic is modern technique method of integrated fish crop livestock production system. Actually, in this rural area, in our sector, like primary sector, we are in a COVID situation. You all know, all the sector is affected during this period. But the primary sector, like agriculture and agriculture allied sector, like horticulture, fishery, like piggery and any livestock cultivation or any other primary sector related to agriculture. This is the mainstream factor. This is unchanged. For achieving rapid progress in rural area, our strategy must focus on conserving natural resources, enhancing efficient use of resource, increasing productivity and profitability, and improving quality and competitiveness through reduced unit cost of production. For this purpose, if we think in a integrated approach that based on a pond and pond dike, if we utilize the resource in proper way in an integrated manner, then the farmers they will establish and they will get more profit in this limited possibility of increasing additional area under cultivation situation. That's why I am talking that the primary sector contributes to human food demands, poverty alleviation, and rural development, and is often noted as a basic sector in the world. It is of immense importance to produce more for over increased population in the years to come. We all know. Along with pond, it is efficiently integration of crop with animal like cow, pig, goat, sheep, fish, birds, poultry, duck, and multi-purpose tree. It may be vegetable and others. If we accumulate it in a farming sector, then the farmer they can get additional income. The additional income can be easily generated by the by this integrated approach. And I will like to share some case studies and some basic idea on this topic, and some modern technique and method which is applied now in integrated farming system sector and production of fish, crop, and livestock. The livestock production and process generated by the product that may be important input for aquaculture. The main linkage between livestock and fish production involve direct use of livestock waste, which function as a fertilizer to stimulate natural food. The natural food, we all know the natural food of fish is the plankton, the zooplankton and phytoplankton. And for the production of this natural feed for fish, we have to need the fertilizer. And this fertilizer we can get from this livestock wastage. This is the input for the farming of fishery. If we suppose a farmer in a village, if we see the farmer not only involved in fishery, he has a pond, he cultivates their fish. He has also any livestock like duck, poultry, and cow also, and he have the pond dike. If we organize, if we arrange it in a good manner, in scientific organized way, that's why he can, you can see in the picture, he can farm integrated way, like in a pond he cultivate the fishes, in the pond dike he cultivates several type of vegetables, horticulture, several type of plants, ornamental trees, and in nearby pond dike or on the pond he can rear the poultry or duck or pig or cow in a integrated manner. First of all, we will like to discuss on the culture of fish pond. In the recent think of ICR, Indian Institute of Agriculture Research, there is a composite fish culture. We all know that in composite fish culture there is a main fish in our country is the Indian major crab. Indian major crab means the katla, rohu, mrigal. And there are some exotic fishes like silver crab, grass carp, and common carp. So I like to share the management process of the pond and management process in respect of integrated approach like livestock and other vegetable crops. So the composite fish culture model, we have to use the 6 species. This is the Indian major crab and exotic carp. The diversified integrated farming system will enable us to gain knowledge that allow to cope with the future changes and challenges in the sector. The climate changes, market changes, resource fluctuation, flood security issue are all key global threats for diversification in aquaculture. Actually, for the production of the pond, we have to take some technology like multiple stocking, multiple harvesting in the culture of fishes. Multiple stocking, multiple harvesting is a very effective techniques in recent time. In this system, farmer need not have a big capital to meet various recurring expenditure of the fish cultivation. He has to manage the pond for a maximum period of 4 months. Then onwards, he start the earning and reinvestment for purchasing various items. Means, if we think the culture period in ago that it's a 6th month or 8th month or 1 year, farmers stock the fish and waiting for a 1 year for harvest the fish. No. Now we have the technology. This is called multiple stocking, multiple harvesting. If we stock several times and harvest several times, so all over throughout the year, we can getting the fishes from the pond. Only we have to the maximum period of the manage the pond. It is the 3 to 4 months. This is the called the multiple stocking, multiple harvesting technology. But I have to think that in this integrated approach, when we cultivate with piggery or poultry in the dark or duckery, that time I have to the fish size. I have to taken the consideration that the stocking of the fish size is more than 10 centimeter, or in weight it will be 100 to 100 gram. If we think in a 1 decimal pond, we have to take 40 number of fish. We can see in the picture the surface fish is in the surface layer. The katla is in our Indian measure cup katla, and exotic fish in the surface layer is the silver cup. We have to take 4 number of katla fish. We have to take 8 number of silver cup. In the middle layer, it is the rohu. It is the 20 number of rohu in the middle layer. And the bottom layer, we have to take mrigel, 3 number. We have to take common crab. We can also call cyprinus fish. It's called only 3 number. And the grass cup, it will be taken to 2 number. So total 40 number fish. On an average, the body weight will be 100 to 150 gram. Then after 3 to 4th month, the roux which was 100 or 150 gram, it will reach 600 to 800 gram within 4th month. And the silver cup, which is stocked in 100 to 150 gram, it will reach near about 1 kg within 4th month. We have to harvest the rohu and silver cup and restock again 20 number rohu and 8 number silver cup in the pond. Then we have to go in another 4th month. It will be total 8 months. In 8 month culture, the katla, it will reach at 1.5 kg to 2 kg body weight. And another fish is like common carp, grass carp, mrigel. It will also simultaneously reach in 1 kg. This is the technique of multiple stocking, multiple harvesting, which is called composite fish culture, which is recommended by our government sector, our research institute sector, that if farmer get profit in fish culture, they have to follow the composite fish culture. But nowadays, we say that if you get more profit, you have to incorporate in culture system different type of species for diversified of aquaculture. We have to stocking cultivate fish of different species that vary in feeding habit in the same pond. All species use the food available in the pond without competing with each other, thereby enhancing survival of various species within the same pond, within the same place. In this approach, we have to consider which type of species we can incorporate with composite fish culture. The selected species should be compatible with each other. The species and their combination ratio should be adjusted according to the amount of feedstuff and manure that are expected to be made available by the other subsystem. As far as possible, the species should be fast-growing fishes. Selected species should be hardy and resistant to common disease and parasite. And the species should be available to tolerate low oxygen level. High organic content means he can tolerate any changes in parameter in water. The main resistance power will be more. In this respect, some research institutes produce nowadays genetically improved fishes and shrimp. So we have to stock with composite fish culture along with Rui, Katla, Mrigel, Rohu, Katla, Mrigel, and also Cyprinas, silver carp, grass carp. We have to introduce such type of genetically improved species. Which is this species? Like Amur crab. I will discuss later in the end of slide the details on regarding on this species Amur carp, which is produced by Fishery Research and Information Center, Karnataka, Hisarghata. In the Cyprinus carp, the drawback is within 6th month it will get mature, and the belly content is the fat content. That's why the fish is not growing so very slow growth. That's why after the process in selective breeding process, we have to repeat. I repeat. It is the selective breeding process. It is not any hybridization. It is a natural process. In the selective breeding process, they are produced the Amur carp. So we have to incorporate in composite culture Amur carp in place of Cyprinus species. They are produced the genetically improved farm tilapia produced by RGCA. It is within 100 days the feces reaches 400 grams. We all know the tilapia is a prolific breeder, but in the gift tilapia, the tilapia are the all male population. That's why the no chance in breeding. The fishes grow very fast, and in the farming system, farmer get more profit. They are also produced the Jayanti Rui by Central Institute of Freshwater Aquaculture. We have to introduce the fish like Jayanti Rui because this fish is the resistance power also very hardy fish. And also tolerate low oxygen level, and we can incorporate in such aquaculture system. We can also introduce the GI scampi, genetically improved scampi. It means Macrobacterium rosenbergi. It will also produce extra income to the farmer. Just I like to share that thing that if we culture in a diversified manner in a pond in a composite manner, that's why then the farmer get more profit for cultivating such type of pieces. Not only GI pieces, we have to select some pieces in our state or in our area which is the endangered species like Magur, Singi, Cladius metricus, like Singi, Chitola, such type of endangered indigenous species. If we incorporate in our culture system in our pond, then the farmer in diversified manner getting more profit because this is the fast growing, non-predatory, non-compatible species of food fishes are cultured together with a complementary feeding habit and capable of utilize both natural and supplementary fish food. We have to consider this point incorporate the fishes in the pond. Such type of activity doing in my area, the farmers they are getting more profit and they are also recognized as such type of award in state and national level also. In the management sector, in the pond, it is divided into 3 parts: pre-stocking management, stocking management, and post-stocking management. The pre-stocking management means we have to prepare the pond for the culture system, and we have to prepare some livestock houses. I will discuss later. We have to also manage this thing before the culture management starts. So it's called pre-stocking management. In case of pond, we have to prepare the pond water. For preparing pond water, we can use the Muakol to kill the unwanted organism in the pond. That's why in 1 decimal pond, 1 meter depth, we take 10 gram Mumua oil cake, and then we apply 1 kg lime to the pond to control the pH. We all know for the farming system in the water pH, it should be 7.5 to 8.5. That's why we need the lime. And then we add the fertilizer to produce the natural feed of fish. This is phytoplankton and then zooplankton. And the fertilizer we can get from the integrated farming approach, that is from poultry, that is from duck, that is from cow. This is the input for the fish culture in the as a fertilizer to the pond. And after then, if we organize the dike, several type of vegetable, the water, such type of water we can use in the pond dike to cultivate such type of vegetable. This is the integrated manner. The stocking management, we have to consider the fishes, size of the fishes. We have to consider the size of the pieces. We have to take more than 10 centimeter. Earlier I told it is the 100 to 150 gram of the each piece we have to stock in the pond. And then the post-stocking management. In the post-stocking management, main the input is the lime. We have to apply lime per month, 250 gram to 300 gram. We have to apply salt. Salt is the aspirin of aquaculture. Nowadays, we forgotten to use such type of material which is easily available in our market, in our area. We have to apply salt 100 to 150 gram per month in the pond. The salt, it will clear our water. It will dissolve any absorptious gases like ammonia. And also we have to apply the fertilizer periodically, which we can get from this the livestock farming system. And then we have to apply, we have to netting in the pond and such type of activity. We have to done for the pond management system. Then you can see in the picture, the integrated pond management with fish, vegetable and pond diet is an excellent approach to sustainable production as well as income and employment generation. In the picture, you can see the pond diet. He organized various type of vegetable. Integrated diversified farming system is a sustainable and effective means for improving rural economy due to its cumulative cost effectiveness, low investment, and higher profitability. You can see in the picture is a young boy standing behind me. It's a small pond. He organized as an integrated farming approach. He invests very small amount for farming. He getting more through low investment and higher profit getting from this integrated farming system model. It has greater role for livelihood improvement. Growing of horticulture crop on the pond embankment, various horticulture crop like banana, papaya, potato, cauliflower, cabbage, etc. You can cultivate in the pond diet, and also cultivate such type of. You can see in the picture in the left corner is the ornamental tree. You can use such type of ornamental tree in the pond diet. And sometimes we can raise a platform of bamboo or other low cost material to extend a platform to cultivate such type of plant. Actually, I just want to share that if we organize, if we culture such type of organized manner, because this is the valuable time when we realize that our main thing in our is our health, and in related to our health, related to our human being, this the primary sector like agriculture, like animal husbandry, like fishery. If we integrate it in a common place, the rural farmer, they can get more profit, and we the people who consume such type of product, we also get more things. So overall advantage, which is the advantage of integrated farming system? Just I say you one by one. First point is productivity. Integrated farming system provide an opportunity to increase economic yield per unit area, per unit time, by virtue of intensification of crop and allied enterprise, especially for small and marginal farmer. This is the main point. Small and marginal farmer, they can use such type of model to get more profit through integrated farming system. Profitability, it is the cost of feed for livestock is about 65 to 75% of total cost of production. However, use of waste material and their byproduct reduce the cost of production. Conversely, it is the same for the crop production. That is fertilizer requirement for the crop is made available from the animal excreta. No excreta fertilizer is required to purchase from outside, because we can get it farm itself. The result of benefit cost ratio increase and purchasing power of the farmer improve thereby. Another point is sustainability. In the integrated farming system, subsystem of the one of the waste material or byproduct work as an input for the other subsystem, and their byproduct or input are organic in nature, thus they provide an opportunity to sustain the potentiality of production base for much longer period as compared to monoculture farming system. It is the main point, is the organic in nature. In our agriculture sector, we several time of our experts say you don't use any chemical in cultivation of rice. In fishery, we several time of say don't use of any chemical to produce fish. In our livestock system, several time we use say don't use any chemical to produce your poultry or your goat or your cow. We have to think about organic thing. So we have to, when we think about organic thing, we have to show the farmer, we have to show the way out. What is the way out that the farmer will get this thing? The way out is the integrated farming, because they are the fertilizer in fish they can get from the animal excreta. And another point is balanced food. All nutrient requirement of human are not exclusively found in single food. To meet such requirement, different foodstuff I have to consume by farmer. Such requirement can be fulfilled by adopting in integrated farming system. In lunch period, we have to take a rice or one plate rice. Then we have to take a one piece fish or one piece meat. That's it. With the balanced diet, we have to consider in our diet. And it can be fulfilled in this system also. Environmental safety in the integrated farming system, waste material are effectively recycled by linking the appropriate component, thus the minimize the environmental pollution also. This is the time when we think about the environmental issue, when we think the global warming etc. issue. This time this is a very appropriate technique in the rural system to apply the integrated farming system. That's why the environmental safety issue also fixed. The recycling, the effective recycling of product, byproduct, and waste material in integrated farming system is the cornerstone behind the sustainability of farming system under resource poor condition in rural area also. We can see also the diagram also. The diagram show how the fish waste on the pond bottom, and it is used in integrated farming system manner. Next slide. This is the income around the year. Due to interaction of enterprise with crops, egg, meat, milk, provide flow of money around the year among the farming community. They can get the money around the year to the variety type of farming system in an integrated approach. Saving energy, cattle are used as a medium of transportation in rural area. You all know. Moreover, the cow dung is used as a burning material for cooking also, and also it is used in fish pond earlier told, and also getting biogas etc. That's why the petrol, diesel, and fossil fuel respectively. This is also consumed in energy. Meeting folder crisis, byproduct and waste material of the crop are efficiently utilized as a fodder for livestock. Product like grain, maize are used as a food for monogastric animal like pig and poultry, you all know. And also the employment generation. Combined in Haldia, it is the port city. Nearby is the urban and rural is side by side. The people of this area, they are involving day by day in this approach. This is the integrated management approach. That's why the employment generation is also created. So the combining the crop with the livestock enterprises would increase the labor requirement significantly and would help in reducing the problem of underemployment to a great extent. The integrated farming system provide enough scope to employ family labor around the year. Now I take a point on integrated fish and poultry farming. The benefit of fish cum chicken integration. The following are some of the additional advantage when fish culture is integrated with the chicken rising on or near the pond dike. The direct discharge of fresh chicken manure to the fish ponds produce enough natural fish feed. This is plankton. Organism feed, natural feed organism. This is the plankton without use of any additional manure or fertilizer. No need to add any manure or fertilizer to the pond because we can get it is from the chicken manure. The transportation cost of manure is not involved. The nutritive value of the applied fresh manure is much higher than dry and mixed with the bedding material that is sawdust or rice husk. Some part of the manure is consumed directly by the fish. No supplementary feed is needed for the fish. So cost also reduced for the culture system, because supplementary feed also not needed. No extra space is required for chicken farming also. Chicken shed can be constructed over the pond water or on the dike. Chicken shed can be constructed over the pond water on dike. So extra space is also not required. More production of animal protein will be ensured from the same area of minimum land. Same area with the minimum land, we can produce such type of activity. The overall farm production and income will be increased, we told earlier. So now we can see in the picture the structure of the house, the chicken pen. The rectangular house has been found to be suitable for overall management point of view. The location, the house should be built at the most of the wind protected site. It should be consideration when we build such type of house. The storm can cause a serious damage to the structure. If the house is constructed above the pond, it has to be carefully considered that the gap between the house floor and the pond water surface should be at least 1 feet at highest water level in monsoon period. We have to consider this thing, 1 feet at least from the surface of the water and the floor, house of the floor bottom. The roof should be tin, because the tin the long lasting and perfect roof material. At the roof design first have to calculate with the available length of the tin sheet in the market. Then we tin roof should be raised over a bamboo mat rice or rice straw mat to cut down any heat inside and chicken house during the summer month. That's why we can build the chicken house in on the pond or on the pond dike. Wall, the material can be bamboo mat, bamboo stick, wire mesh. Optimal height of the wall should be 120 to 160 centimeter. If the bamboo mat is used, the upper 1/3 of the wall should be left free and fitted with the wire mesh for light and ventilation. All for the poultry, we have to the light and ventilation which is required for a healthy production of the chicken. If the walls are built with the wire mesh and supporting bamboo stick, and lower 1/3 of the wall should be covered with the bamboo mat to give protect for the chicken and nets against the bad weather. The floor of the chicken house over the pond should be constructed with the bamboo splits. The gap between the bamboo splits should be wide enough. It is recommended that 1.5 to 3 centimeter to let the chicken faces drop into the pond water below, but should not be wide so as to cause injury to the leg of the bird. It should be should take in mind that the gap it should be range that 1.5 to 3 centimeter, because it's a wide gap. It would be cause the injury to the birds. The bridge should be movable order of the avoid the poaching predation. 3/4 leaf bamboo stick serve as a movable bridge for the for caretaker or farmer, and chicken they can move on this bridge. Another system we can incorporate is the duck cum fish cum horticulture system. Actually, I am telling this technique is the pond dike. It is the various type of vegetable, and in the pond dike or on the pond, you set up any duckary, or you set up any chicken house, and same as at the duck also. The system is based on the same concept of an efficient use of water area to increase its biological productivity through the use of duck dropping, like chicken also, duck dropping, which either fall directly in the water or collected from the duck seed and used as a fertilizer to the pond. You already know that this is the main fertilizer which produce the natural feed of fishes. This is the plankton. The duck usually consume the tadpoles, mosquito, dragonfly larvae, which are not consumed by the fish. And another advantage is that duck feed on the snail, which are vector of certain fish parasite. This snail cause the disease on the fish, but the duck feed on the snail, that's why use control of the for controlling the snail. It is also another greatest advantage. Duck not only fertilize the pond, but also release the nutrient from the pond soil by doubling the activity, thus resulting the enhance the pond productivity. And also the duck aerate the water while swimming. We all know the for fishery, fish farming, pisciculture system, the dissolved oxygen is required for the fish for better production. Some farmer they are using pump set, some farmer using the aerator, but in the dark they are as a natural biological aerator. They aerate the water as a while they swimming. Then the dissolved oxygen also increase, which is more beneficial for fish farming also. That's why the integrated farming system for sustainable ecosystem and entrepreneurship rural farming community in our country. The systemic advantage, the fish, duck and vegetable, of fish, poultry and vegetable. In all together. The house, in case of duck house, the straw makes good litter, require more space, natural daylight and good ventilation. The litter should be dried frequently. Water for swimming is not at all necessary, but a pool provides exercise, promotes the health, keep the eyes, bill and vent clean. The duck houses are constructed like a poultry house on the pond or on the pond dive. So the additional the land is not required like duckery activity also, like poultry activity also. You can see in the picture showing how the integrated farming system, fish, duck and vegetable will all act together. The fourth place, the age in the week, the floor space, the square feet per bar, it is you take consideration the 1 to 2 weeks. Duck, it will be 1 square foot per bar. If 2 to 3 weeks, it will be 1.5. 3 to 4 weeks, it will be 2, and 4 to 5 weeks age of the bar, then it will be 2.5, and 6 to 8, it will be 4 square foot per bar. This is the fourth phrase. The duckling are allowed to go to the running area after 4 weeks. Under range system, 2,000 birds can be reared in a 1 acre area. Under semi-intensive system, 2.5 to 3 square foot per bar is allowed at the night and 10 to 15 square foot per bar for daytime. The egg production starts from 16 to 18 weeks onwards, you all know, and the 1 laying per box per duck, also the 3 duck is needed for this purpose also. Now we come to the integrated farming in the cattle farming. You all know the cattle farming, it is the farming using cattle manure long been practiced in our country because it is the very oldest farming system. This promote the fish cum cattle integration is a common model for integration. Cattle farming can serve more fertilizer, cut down fish feed and increase the income from the milk also. Fish farmers not only earn money but also can supply fish, milk to the market through the cultivation of the cattle. This is recommended that in a 1 hectare area of the pond, means 1 hectare means 247 decimal area of a pond. We have to take 5 to 6 cattle for the integrated farming system, because the cow dung, it is a very good fertilizer for fishery. The cow dung, if you use in a fermented way, in a per week, it is recommended that 1 kg per decimal, it will produce the more plankton in the pond. More plankton mean phytoplankton and zooplankton, and more plankton mean the fish will get the natural feed. And fish also, the growth of the fish also increase due to use of the plankton. You can see in the picture, the farmer, they are using the cow dung to his pond. The pond management practice, cow dung is used as a manure for fish rearing. Already I told, about 5,000 to 10,000 kg per hectare can be applied in the fish pond in installment. It is the total installment in a culture period written here. After cleaning cow shed, the wastewater with cow dung, urine, unused feed can be drained to the pond, and cow dung promotes the growth of plankton, which is used as a food for fish, I told you. And cattle husbandry practice, what should I do? Now, the cow shed can be constructed on the embankment of the fish farm or near the fish farm. The locally available material can be used to construct the cow shed, and floors should be cemented. In case of cow shed, floors should be cemented. The outlet of the shed is connected to the pond so that the wastage can be drained into the pond. And if we get a pit and we store the cow dung and we stay it for a 3 to 4 days, minimum 3 to 4 days, it will be fermented. After then, if we use such cow dung in the pond, it is the good enough to produce plankton in the pond and cultivated variety of the pond. And next, we can indicate with the fish peak farming system. Benefit of the fish farming system key now the fish utilize the feed spilled by the peak and their excreta, which is very rich in nutrient for the fish, and peak dung. It also acts as a suitable substitute to the pond fertilizer. Already told Pigari Dakari same thing. The supplementary feed for some of the fishes, therefore the cost of the fish production is reduced by 60%. No additional land is required, like Dakari pig and poultry or like and cattle food. Also the for pig and grass crop are grown on the terrace pond embankment. Grass crop we told earlier. The mortality of the pig is greatly reduced as pond provides much needed water for washing the vestige and pigs. The pond marks which gets accumulated at the pond bottom due to constant application of pig dung can be used as an excellent fertilizer for the growing vegetable, other crop, cattle fodder, and efficient labor utilization. You can see in the picture also how we construct in an indicated manner. In the left side, you can see is a pig house in the pond, and nearby is a papaya tree you planted. It is a indicated manner. The dark house it will build in pond diagonal on the pond also. Construction of pig house. You see in the picture, the pig house can be constructed by using locally available material such as bamboo, thatch, but floor must be roughly cemented as so to be non-slippery. An enclosed run is provided to the pen so that the pig get enough air, sunlight, and space for dunging. The wall should be 1 meter in the height, preferably made of the bricks. The upper part of the wall should be provided with the wire netting. The height of the pig stay is the 1.5 meter. It is recommended. The floor of the house is slightly slanted towards a drainage canal. The canal is connected to the pond. The drainage canal is provided with a diversion canal leading to a cemented pit where the waste are stored in the days, and when the pond has algal bloom, a built-in slant is provided in the drainage canal to regulate the flow of waste. Space requirement per pig is 1.5 meter square. It is the recommended. The roof of the house made by using thatch of absurds, feeding and drinking through are constructed alternatively inside the pen. Attached is one wall. A bathroom may also be constructed attached to the one wall of the open run because it is required for pig also. Selection of pig, various type of pig we can taken. The number of pig per hectare area, 40 to 45 piglets required in a 1 hectare area. 1 hectare retail 247 decimal area, and disposal after rearing about 6 months. Pigs attain certain maturity 60 to 70 kg in the live weight, and we can introduce such type of pig also in farming system. Now I come to the point in diversified some species also. Actually, I told in this session in slide that if we think in a integrated diversified approach manner, if we think in a management practice in a diversified manner, that is in a pond, there we cultivate not only composite fish culture, we diversified several type of fishes. In the pond dike, we cultivate several type of vegetable plant, ornamental plant. In a pond dike or on the pond, we set up a house like for pig or chicken or pigs or in cattle, because they are the excreta. This is used for fish, and fish is going in a diversified manner. In this picture, I like to highlight some fishes which which can get a profit in integrated approach manner. This is the all people in cultivated in this area. The first piece is Pabda. This is the endangered species. It's riverine fish. In the Pabda fish culture, you can see the next picture. This is the handi. In the mud pot technique. In the Pabda culture, the fishes in nursery period is a very critical period. The Pabda 1 gram to 8 to 10 gram, it takes 45 to 60 days. But in this period, if we use this handi like mud pot, and the farmer gets the Pabda get a shelter, then we can get the survivability like 80 to 90% survivability of Pabda. No, not recommended for monoculture. Only nursery is monoculture. After 10 gram, we incorporate this Pabda in our composite fish culture system. You remember my earlier slide? The Rohu, Katla, Mrigel, Indian Major Crab, and exotic fish, silver crab, grass crab, and common carp. In this system, we stock also Pabda. In the field level case study, I say you that if you invest in 1 acre area, only 3 lakh rupees in integrated farming system manner, in farming system in fishes, this is diversified agriculture and others integrated farming, you can get profit more than 20 lakh rupees in 1 acre area. It is the minimum amount I share. And another fish is koi, Anaba's testudineus. It is one of the endangered species. We can also culture in polyculture mode also. It is a very high market value fish. It will reach within 2 to 3 months in market size. It is also short period of culture period it can get. And another fish is sorputi, Punkia sarana, the scientific name. It is also endangered indigenous species. We can also incorporate in such type of species in our polyculture system. Another piece you can say on the left side is the magur carp, Cladius batracus. It is also high value market fish, and also magur, the fish is the nutritive value also more for requirement our protein, our health benefit is also very high value fish is the magur. And if you notice that all fish are indigenous endangered species. Not only this fish, we can also farming the Morola in Bengali you can say the mola fish, putti fish. We can also stock with the polyculture system, and that the farmer get more profit to incorporate such type of pieces. And another species we can see is the Pengba fish. It is the state fish of Manipur. It is only available in the Manipur state and available in China, Yunnan Pradesh and Myanmar. Recently, this fish is bred by our Central Institute located in Bhubaneswar. And then we also stock in the fish in polyculture mode. If the farmer, if you interest to culture in such type of fishes, it is the herbivorous fish. We can easily cultivate with other species like Rui, Katla, Miguel. Because we no need to any FCR calculate for farming such type of fishes. It will get extra income to the farmer to cultivate such type of Pengba fish. Another fish you can see is the Deccan Rui. Actually, the scientific name is Labiophimbreatus. It is available in our country in South India. The river is Narmada, Tapti, etc. river, the South Indian river. It is scientific name is Labiophimbreatus. It is also indigenous endangered species. We also you can incorporate such type of stock, such type of fish in our composite fish culture system. Then the farmer get more profit. So this is also another fish. And now I told earlier the Jayanti Rui, Amur carp, the GI scampi. It is the genetically improved fish, which is produced by our prestigious various central institute, ICAR institute. This type of fish we have to choose to incorporate in our culture system because it is the grow is very fast. The Amur carp, it is fast within 4 months, 1.5 kg. It is the fastest growing fish. And the Jayanti Rui, It is also survivability of the joint theory spawn is more than 80%. So we have to think in diversified approach. We have to think utilized our land. We have to think in integrated farming system approach. I show you the technique by which the farmer getting more production in the pond. This is the organic juice technique. This is the eco-friendly culture system. In this system, we have to use the groundnut oil cake, rice dust, yeast, molasses, wheat flour, ripe banana, and we have to mix up in a water, 3 times of water, kept in a container for 48 hours. It will be fermented. After then it will be applied in the pond. Then it is the advantage is that enhance the survival rate of the fishes. Growth performance also better. Feed conversion also better, and also it is the eco-friendly approach. It is like the biofloc technique, such type of biofloc technique where the carbon source is produced and which is the bind the nitrogen which produce the ammonia, by which is reduce the ammonia in the water system. That's why the water also treated, the pathogenic attack also reduced, disease probability also reduced, and the plankton, mainly the phytoplankton, zooplankton also produce more. That's why the natural feed of fish also taken in consideration. And lastly, I just in my topic, we have to take the keeping the records and economics. Most of we farmers, we never entrepreneurs, we never take a record. It is highly recommended. In the culture system, we have to record what thing we have applied in our pond, we what feed I give to our poultry or cow or our pig, what type of medicine we have used, what type of expenditure is done. It's all I have to record it. Basic data we have to record it. And this record, this records or this economics will guide us the next year, because what is our fault, what is we get benefit, all things are written in a pad or in a text in anywhere, which will guide with us the next culture period. So lastly, in our last, I like to say that there the integrated fish production with animal, the model farming system for full utilization of local resources, waste recycling, saving energy, and for maintaining ecological balance and circulation also. Integrated farming combines with best modern tools and techniques with the traditional practice according to gives the site and situation. In simple word, it means using many ways of cultivation in a small space or land. Lastly, I will like to say that in this COVID situation, we all know that the several sector is affected, but the basic sector is our primary sector, where involve our crops, where involve our livestock, where involve our fishes, pig, this animal husbandry sector, agriculture sector, and fishery sector, horticulture sector. This is the main primary sector. If we think in integrated approach, if we think in a diversified approach, if we think in an organic manner approach, then we the people, we the human can sustain in this world in many years. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for your excellent presentation and for completing within time as well. And now we'll take up some questions. Dr. Ramakrishna Rao is asking, what are the procedures to be adopted if water pH is 9?
Actually, water pH is 9 mean it is the maximum pH level. That time we have to apply the fertilizer like cow dung. If we apply the cow dung, then the pH also reduce from 9. But in case of fishery, maximum time pH is low, because we apply like fish feed, like fertilizer, all are decomposed, and the pH also low, below the 7. So this is the practical situation.
Okay.
Rare situation, it will upper 9. Then we have to apply more fertilizer. But in case of low in pH, we have to apply the lime, and we have to maintain 7.5 to 8.5 the pH. It is the optimum range for the fish culture.
Okay. I would request the participants, if they have any question, they can directly ask by unmuting themselves. So the lecture was very good and practical, and I think the participants from fisheries side, their little
Daksha,
less. Yeah, Dr. Roy is asking. Yeah.
Daksha, this was a question asked to me by the farmer today itself.
Please.
So, uh, actually, he says that I have got a lot of problem. I think he is having some marshy land. Think that he might be having some marshy land or so. But so he asked me, that was not from my district, some other district. He asked me. So what can we do? How can we? Because he is doing so and he is not getting that much good result. So he asked me. So, what are the procedures we can adopt so that his pH is reduced and brought to neutral level at least?
pH
That's
is
up.
okay. Thank you for asking such type of question. Your question is if pH is neutral or pH is low, what should
No,
we?
pH is very high. No, it is alkaline pH 9. I asked you, no, sir. It's
Oh,
9.
pH is high in your region.
Uh,
So
yes, yes, alkaline.
actually, pH is high. You have to first. Yeah, how can you calculate what pH range in your pond water? Do you know the procedure?
No, I asked him what was the pH level of his pond water. I asked him because he asked me that I have got this problem. So I asked him. I think there may be pH. You test the pH, water pH.
Okay,
So he
okay.
told me it's 9.
Nice, thank you.
So then that is the reply I have to give him. So that's why I was asking you.
Okay.
Okay.
Actually, pH, first of all, they have to take a liquid pH indicator in any company, or liquid pH paper also. They have to first of all test the actual pH range. If pH is high, really high, it more than 9 or 9.5. If more than 9, then fish will die. It will fact. But if pH is 9, then they have to add the fertilizer in more amount. I told you that if a 1 decimal pond, we have to recommend that if apply the cow dung, such cow dung, if we take example, if cow dung in a week, it is a 1 kg per decimal. But in case of pH high, like 9 pH range, then we have to take the cow dung. It is the doubling. It is about 2 kg per decimal in per week. Then the pH will be suddenly fall. But farmer, they have to test after 7 days. The pH, it is fall down to below 7, or it is stand in 7.5 to 8.5. If it will stand in 7.5 to 8.5, it's okay. But if fall down to 7, pH below the 7, then the farmer, they have to apply lime. But this time lime is not recommended to 250 gram per decimal. This time recommended lime is 100 gram per decimal for maintaining the pH level 7.5 to 8.5. This type of incident we also seen in our West Bengal, like Bakura Purulia region. There also the soil texture, which is the high alkaline soil. That's why the pH also high this region also. The farmer, they are using lime is low amount, and the fertilizer using in higher amount. Then the rest amount is balanced.
Okay, Daksha.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Is there any other question from the participants? Sir, I don't think any more questions are there. So we thank you very much for sparing your time for the participants of this training program.
Thank you.
The lecture was very good. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. And for the participants, tomorrow morning 11 a.m. you will be having your last lecture, and you might have received the invitation for the valedictory function, which will be held at 2:30 p.m. tomorrow. So thank you, everyone.